Hi Goldies. Alright. So today, dang it.
She see money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah, but I was counting out like last week. Tell me, where have you been? Yeah, came out of hiding, girl. Don't act like I'm your man. You just a fan. You don't hold rank. No, don't hold no.
Hi guys, so I'm back with another vlog, and today was you guys' request. You guys requested for me to do college do's and don'ts freshman vlog, so that's what I'm gonna do. And in my last segment video of my vlog, you guys, I had put up a poll and I asked what do my fans want to be called, and I said, do you want to be called Golden or Goldies? And then I said, if you pick other, you will have to comment below, like in the comment section, and you guys picked to be called Golden. So now, hi Goldens. Yeah. Anyways, I have a list right here. It's not a very long list because I wasn't about to jot like I just had to jot like the main focus of what I really wanted to talk about. And alright, so when you go to college, it's a whole lot of things you really expect about like college. Like you see on TV, you got like TV expectations, and then you got people personal experience expectations, and then you got your like your parents and stuff expectations. So you really don't really know what college is actually about until you actually experience, and everybody's experience is different. So I'm just gonna do the I'm first do the do nots, and when I do the do nots, I'm just gonna add in like a couple of suggestions of what you're supposed to do, and I'll go through the do's too. But I'm just go ahead and get started on this video. Alright, so the first thing I want to touch up is, do not be the freshman that goes partying all the time. Cause let me tell you why. One, college is a very diverse setting. And when I tell you, if you decide to waste every day of your college life going partying, let me tell you what's gonna happen. One, your GPA gonna go down. Two, you gonna get in the wrong crowd and get into a whole bunch of drama. And three, by the time second semester come around, you're not even gonna be attending that school. You're gonna be already kicked out. So it's gonna be like, wow. And then guess what happens? That means your parents wasted their money and their time on you because you really disappointed them by just partying. And that's also a bad reputation, because if you always partying, then they really gonna think you ain't got no home training and no self morals for yourself. So don't party a lot. I ain't saying don't go to no parties at all. I'm just saying don't party a lot. Like when you go to college, the turn up days be Thursdays. That's when the weekend start. Thursdays when the weekend start. You go. That's when all the clubs, you know, they like 18 and over and stuff like that. Everybody be going to the clubs and stuff, and they be having the shuttle buses. The shuttle buses come to the colleges that's within the area, and they take you to the club or whatever. And sometimes you be waiting in that line to get in the club, you don't even get in because they be bugging. They be talking about some free before 11. Then they be changing the thing. Or some clubs, they be like, you can't wear Jordans. And some clubs, it be too much. And like, just don't party every day. You know. Second, do not be the freshman to stay in your room all the time. Actually, don't be in any classification staying in your room 24/7. I had two friends. I ain't gonna say nobody's name for video purposes, but I had two friends. One I met like my senior year, like going into college. I met her and she had a boyfriend or whatever, and her boyfriend, like, they like this, they're like glue. But they were going to different colleges, so like when she got to college, and we used to hang out, but it was always in her room. Like, we never hanged out outside her room, except for this one time we went to this place called Woody's. And if you go to my school, or if you live in the Raleigh area, or go to school in the Raleigh area, or even the Garden area, but if you go to school in that area, you know Woody's is a wings place, and it's like a sports bar, but it has, like, they got the best wings. Yo, them Johns be good. But yeah, and it's like you could get in, but at like 10 o'clock, you know, if you're not 21, you can't get in. But yeah, that's what Woody's is. It's real nice, like not too far from my school. But yeah, don't stay in her room. Yeah, so yeah, she used to stay in her room all the time, and like it'd be stuff going on, and she never wanted to leave the room. Like, and everybody know the first week, like when the freshmen move in, the first week is welcome week, or freshman week, whatever you want to call it, whatever your school calls it. But it's welcome week, and that's when we do all the festivities for the freshmen and stuff. You know, give them a taste of how college is, like when it's lit. And she didn't even want to go outside for that. Like, she wanted to stay in the room, get on the phone with her boyfriend, and it was boring. So like throughout the school year, we kind of like drift apart. We didn't even stay like, I mean, she's still my friend, like we still cool, but we didn't even stay like close because, you know, I'm in band. You know me, I'm in the drum line, so I'm in band, and I'm always outside on the yard, and cause I like be having to, and I'm also like, I also do other activities, so I'm just always outside. I'm not really never in my room. So, and then I had another friend, and she when she got to school, you know, I used to make her go outside and do stuff. But other than that, if she had it her way, she would have stayed in her room. Because the whole time when it was spring semester, we had spring festivities on the yard, and she literally stayed in her room. And her mom used to be like, Kaee, like, you need to really get her out the room. And I used to be like, I'm going to try. And she used to just not want to leave the room. And she studied like all the time. And I'm not saying don't study, but I'm also saying that, you know, don't overwork yourself. You could still have fun, but you know, that's their business. They're like, if y'all want to stay in your room, go ahead, stay in your room, waste your time. But watch, it's gonna be boring, and y'all gonna have nothing to do unless you gonna be hibernating the whole time in college. Then I advise you not to really stay in your room. Like, it get depressing. Cause one time, it was like nobody on campus, because it was like one of these weekends. It was like one of these holiday weekends where like nobody really was on campus, and I was working. It was like, a matter of fact, it was around Easter, and we had like about 4 or 5 days off, something like that. And you know, I didn't go home because that wasn't really a break. So I just took like all the shifts for work, but it was like nobody on campus, so I was bored, and I sat in my room majority of the time. And it was so boring, like it was nothing to do, and it felt like the walls was like closing in on me because I was so bored. Like, and I already watched everything on Netflix, so I was like super bored. But yeah, we're gonna go to the next topic. Don't splurge all your money. Cause let me tell you how it's about to go. When you're a freshman, you know, some parents recommend that you're a freshman, don't get a job. Cause I have a friend, her mom told her, actually last year she wasn't a freshman, she was actually a sophomore. But when she was a freshman, her mom told her not to get a job or whatever as a freshman in college, because it's pros and cons to that. Like, getting a job as a freshman in college, especially if you're a freshman and you do extracurricular activities or sports, trying to balance that and then school and work is like mad stressful. It's not like high school where it's like you can get a break now and again. No, in college it's like really not no breaks. You're just constantly doing something. So her mom told her not to get a job or whatever, and she didn't. And then, you know, her mom and her dad sent her money, and you know, when you get money sent to you, it's like you ain't got no job, and then you trying to like, you gotta like save your money. But some people, they parent, no, don't get me wrong, some people, they parents send them money and they spend all their money, and then they parents send them more money, and I'm like, oh, I need your parents. Your parents is rich, because if my parents send me money and I spend it all, they be like, well, that's your business. You should have been saving your money. Like, and if your parents send you money or whatever, or your family sends you money, please spend your money wisely. Like, if you know you need some more toiletry stuff like deodorant and body wash and rags and all that other stuff, please get that. Cause sometimes you might not have a roommate that want to really be your friend or really want to share with you. See, I was fortunate to have a roommate that really loved me. We got like a sister bond. And so we share, so everything, like if I had it, then I shared with her. Like everything we got for our rooms and got like stuff for us, we always shared. So it was like, that's okay. But you might not have a roommate like that. So, you know, make sure you get the stuff like you need. Like make sure when you get that money from your parents, make sure you load up on some food. Like, but don't be going food shopping and buying everything just cause you see it and you want it. Like, no, get the stuff you need and that you know you're gonna really eat. Cause some people, they be seeing stuff on TV and then they go and buy it and then they be in a room and then they go ahead and put it out in the lobby for somebody else to take it because they don't really want it. And don't buy a bunch of noodles because I'm sorry, but this is all topic. But don't buy a box of like the cup of noodles or the pack of noodles. Don't buy abundance amounts if you know you really don't eat them, because I did that. But then again, do that because sometimes you're gonna be in a struggle and then you really just gonna want to eat those noodles. Cause one time I bought a bunch of noodles and I didn't eat them, and then I ended up giving them away. And then when I had no food for real, I was really wishing I still had those noodles. So yeah. But yeah, don't splurge on your money. Get the stuff that you need. And if you got a job, most likely try to get a job that pay every 2 weeks. And if you get a job that pay every week, please try to learn how to save your money and budget your money, because getting a job that pay bi-weekly, it teach you how to save a lot. Cause when I was working at Taco Bell, my checks was looking like $300 and something, maybe close to $400. You know what I did? I took $200 and saved it. But see, you can't really save when you're in debt. So that was my only like con, because I was in debt, so I always had to keep paying out and dishing out. But this year it's going to be real successful for me. So hopefully everything falls right in the track and right in the place. We're going to go to the next topic. So another thing not to do as a freshman is ask to use the restroom when you're in class. You're no longer in high school. You're no longer in elementary school or middle school at that. So you do not have to ask to use the restroom. Please do not disrupt the class to ask to use the restroom. Cause you know what the teacher gonna do? They're just gonna be like, why are you asking? And then they're gonna get off topic, and guess what? That's gonna disrupt my own education. And we don't need that. So nah, but for real, don't ask to use the restroom. Just excuse yourself. Just get up and go, you know, to the restroom. Like if you have a call or something, then you should ask the like professor, like, oh, can I take this call because it's an emergency? But other than that, to use the restroom, just go use the restroom. Cause yeah, that whole asking to use the restroom thing. But let me tell you, some professors, they sometimes be treating you like you in middle school. Because I remember I was in this one class, I forgot what class it was. But this girl that I was sitting with, she had got up to use the restroom, and the professor was just making a whole big deal, like, oh, you need to ask to use the like. And then when I tell you, now that's a real like disruption to our education, because the professor wanted to make a big deal about, you know, using the restroom. and it was like, what? That was just dumb. Don't be the freshman that never goes to class. Let me tell you, it is so easy and so tempting not to go to class. Let me tell you, it's like the devil sitting right on your back. When you don't go to class, it's like the devil right on your back holding you from not going to class, because that's exactly what it's like. Let me tell you why. Because you got friends who going like, you got friends that, everybody's schedule in college is not the same. So you might have a class at 12 o'clock, but your homegirl to the left of you ain't got no class at 12. She might got a class at 1:30 or 1:50 or whatever. So she ain't got no class. And she chilling in a yard or in the student union, and you know, y'all chilling, and then you know, you're like, oh snap, it's almost time for me to go to class. And your friend will go, oh, you can't just wait. You could be late, or you might get distracted. You might be talking about something, and you look at the time, and then you're like, oh snap, I'm late for class. And let me tell you, you late for class. When you're in college, it's not like when you was in high school. You could be late to class, and you know, you might get a little citation, slip, or a little warning. First of all, when you in college and you late to class, first of all, if your professor does let you in, let me tell you, you probably done missed the whole lesson, and you can't ask nobody like, oh, you can't ask somebody in class like, oh, what we just learned, because the professor be talking and putting notes on the board, and everybody be focused trying to get all the stuff down, and then you can't just like, oh, let me see what she just wrote on the board. Like, everybody's in like focus mode, so you would have to wait till like after class and see like if somebody could give it to you. But that's if your professor let you in. Now, if your professor don't let you in, guess what? That's not their problem. That's yours, and that's your money wasted. Because guess what? At the end of the day, those classes is being paid for, and they're going to get paid either way, whether you get attended the class or not. And you just going to be stuck looking stupid, because guess what? The next time you go to class, it's probably going to be some type of pop quiz or an exam or whatever the case may be. And you ain't going to know what it was on, because you decided to miss class, and they're not obligated to open the door for you. But I also think that's like a con, because it's like, why take away from my education? It's just a lot, right? So I just had technical difficulties, but we're back. Anyways, like I was saying, your professor, you have some professors that are nice, and they will let the door be open the whole time, because they feel as though, you know, you pay for these classes, and they really don't want to waste your money. So honestly, all I have to say about that is just don't get left behind. Like, just make sure you stay on top of what you gotta do. I wanted to touch on that, especially, and then it's another kind of type of people, like when you don't go to class, it's like when you're one of those people that got like an early morning class. Like, I know for me, second semester, I had an 8 o'clock class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and boy, did I tell you, it was so hard for me to wake up for that class. Like, I used to be just so tired. Like, I used to, because, you know, in order to wake up for them 8 o'clock class, especially when you're a girl, you got to at least wake up 2 hours beforehand, or at least an hour and a half beforehand, because you got to get ready. Man, I used to be late either from getting ready, or late because I didn't wake up. And once I wake up, it used to be 8 o'clock, and I know like at 8 o'clock, you got to be in the class like before 8, because by 8 o'clock, them doors is closed. So I used to just wake up, and I used to wake up at 8 o'clock on the dot. I used to never couldn't wake up early enough to get ready. I used to wake up at 8 o'clock on the dot, and I used to be like, well, guess I ain't going to class today, and go right back to sleep. Because that's just how it was. But that also like affected my grade, because like I know that it was a gym class, and then like on Tuesdays and stuff we have health, and then on Thursday we have gym. And with gym, it was easy to come to the class because, you know, it's gym. He ain't gonna notice that you came late or not. But with the health, he's gonna know. So it's like, But I used to do, like, if I missed class, I used to just get all the notes, because he was the type of professor that he didn't really care about, like, he cared about the attendance, but he didn't, because his main focus was as long as you as long as you did the physical test, like in gym, and as long as you did the quizzes that he gave and the research papers because he gave a lot of research papers and a lot of quizzes. So as long as you passed those, you were good. So despite my attendance for that class, I kind of was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fail. I thought I was gonna have an F and I was gonna cry, because, you know, I was pushing. Once I see my grade, like, oh, I gotta get up. And I used to sometimes just go to class looking like a bum, just to go to that class. But I actually passed that class with a 79 or 80, I believe. So, but just go to class. That's all I gotta say. Don't be those freshmen that don't go to class. Just go to class. Because if you don't, then guess what? You fail, and then guess what? You kicked out. Use all your resources. That's a do. Use all your resources. This is the don't. Do not just use the bookstore. If you want to get a book, you better go on every social media and hashtag your school. If you need a book, you could go on social media. You go on eBay, ebook, Amazon, Facebook. I don't care. Go anywhere you could go for a book or things that you need for school. If you go to the bookstore, they are going to rob you for your money. They're going to overprice one book, and you're going to need like 5 other books, and they're going to charge you like $400 for one book. And then guess what? That same book going to be, somebody on your campus going to be selling it for like 100 or 200 at the most. Then you're gonna be pressed because you done spent either your book or your book voucher money on it or your actual money on it. Either way, it's money that you paid. So, you know, you just gonna be like, it's gonna be wasted for a book. And then some books you don't even need. Like, it's this one book, right? We had this second semester, we had everybody who had English 111 had to purchase this English textbook, right? And this English textbook, you could not sell it back to the bookstore for the simple reason that they said they didn't need it. And then on top of that, we couldn't even rent that book. We had to buy it. I said, are you kidding me? I can't rent this. This I was to know we had to buy that book. It was a little old book, and we barely used it in that class. I was so pressed. I was like, you know what? Okay. But don't ever try to sell your books back to the bookstore anyways, because they give you the prices. They basically when you sell your books back to the bookstore, they give you the amount of like how much if you was to rent a book. So if your book was $100 and you sell it back to the bookstore, they only gonna give you like $50 for it. Like what? Probably not even 50. They probably give you 30. Sometimes they be grimy like that. So yeah, use all your resources. Don't use the bookstore. Don't allow Freshman 15 to happen. If you know the infamous quote that they say, Freshman 15. If you don't know what it means when you're a freshman, you know, all you're doing is really, you eat out and you eat your snacks in your room and then you eat the cat. And if you don't do nothing, absolutely nothing, you'll see yourself starting to get enlarged. Even if you're a person that does something, you'll see yourself getting a little bit big, but you get it toned, or you don't get that big because you're active. But if you're a person that's just gonna eat and not do anything, bruh, it's gonna hit you like a sack of potatoes. You gonna look at your picture when you like was in high school, or like when you graduated high school, and you're like, oh my god, I was so small. And you're gonna see yourself now, and you're like, dang, I'm fat as heck. I'm telling you, it's really gonna hit you like that. And you can stay fit because they have a gym that you can use, and they have a workout room in the lobby that you can use. Okay, at my school, they have a workout room in the lobby that you can use, and they got a gym, or you could go to the park and exercise on your own. But I'm pretty sure at almost all the colleges, they have gyms and workout rooms, and they have local parks. So therefore, do not let freshman 15 happen to you. Just work out. Unless you plan on being fat, then go for it. I'll be your number one supporter because I support my supporters. See, that's how it goes. Okay, and another thing. So I don't have it on the list, like on a do not, because I told you I wasn't gonna like put everything down. But what I wanted to say is, let me see how I can put it. Don't get in drama. Like, don't involve yourself with drama. Don't chase after no female or male, whatever your preference is. Like, stay away from that kind of stuff, because it's just gonna turn back like high school. It's gonna turn back to that, and it's gonna be like he said, she said, and at the end of the day, we all too grown for that. Like, that's way childish. And I'm only saying that because when I looked around in college or whatever, not only did my clique, we went through something, but I seen other people, little squads and whatever, and they were like breaking up and going into different groups or separating and going on their own, because there was a lot of drama. And it was like, when you involve yourself in that kind of stuff, everything turns negative. Like, everything. People start not going to class, or they be fighting, getting kicked out, or getting suspended. And it's honestly, it's not needed, because at the end of the day, when everything's to the side, you really didn't go to college for, social. You really went to college to get your education and to better yourself as a person, to open these doors into, your personal life, finding who you are. But you can't find out who you are and open these doors to the world and stuff, and if you in this drama, like, if you're around these people that's not about nothing, because surprisingly, you do find low-life people in college, and I'd be like, what are you here for? They like little bugs that just always around. Like, what are you here for? And literally, they're there to bring you down. Like, people prey on your downfall. So, like, when you all at the top, people that you call your friends, they be low-key hating on you. And as soon as soon as something, like, bad happens to you and you got to start all over, they all like, yeah, okay, I knew that was going to happen to her and stuff like that. They want to be smiling in your face. Because, misery really loves company. It really does. Now, don't get me wrong, people can change. But until they do, stay away from them. Because the drama is really uncalled for. Like, just stay out of drama. But I'm gonna I got another thing to say. Don't overcrowd. Like, if you go to a college and you don't have a lot of space, like if you go to a college and their dorms are not like huge, then please limit yourself to the stuff you're gonna get. And if you're gonna get a lot of stuff, please put it neatly where it looks like, not so cluttery. Because I find out, like, some people come to college and then they bring like almost their whole entire house with them, and it's like, where are you gonna put this stuff? You live in this room and then you sharing it with a roommate, and you have all this stuff, and then it just be, and I'm claustrophobic, and I don't like sitting in somebody's room and you just all like, don't have a lot of stuff in your room. Also, when they give you a dorm supply list and they tell you to bring this, that, and the third, and it be seeming like a lot, it be seeming like they tell you to bring extra. They're really not. Bring everything on that list, like, cause some days you really might. So bring everything on that list, because one day you might be sitting there and you might need something, right? And then you're like, dang, I don't even have that. And then you gotta go out and buy it. Versus if you already had got everything that was on the list, you would have it already. So, because you don't want to be that person that's always asking somebody for something. Because that could get annoying, because they're probably like, you know, they're not guaranteeing to share with you. So one day they might try to act, they might switch up like, oh, you know, you can't use it. And then now you like SOL. So you make sure you get all that stuff that would be on the list. I'm trying to hit like every point here, and I don't know if I'm hitting every point, but hopefully I really am hitting every point for y'all. The dudes is be that freshman that gets involved. Like, try to do any sports or extracurricular activity there is. Make what I want to say. Make yourself stand out. Make a change on your campus. Influence other people to do something. Be a positive role model. Like, start your journey there and make something for yourself while you're finding yourself. Because being an extracurricular, like getting involved is really wonderful, because you're gonna have bonds with people. You're gonna have bonds with people that you know, can genuinely really care about you, and y'all can have this friendship that turns into a lifetime. And I can guarantee you, if one thing that's not a lie, is that when you get to college, you do make friends for a lifetime. Like, these friends are gonna be your friends forever. Like, you gonna go to Timbuktu and they still gonna be your friend, because they really, like, friends in college, they can actually care about you. Like, the ones who have goals for themselves and have the same goals as you and want to be something in life, those are the ones you need to hold on to. Because when I tell you, you ain't never had the realest and loyalest friends until you go to college, that's the truth. Because I know my friends and my circle that I hang out with, we're close. We're like this. If I need something, they got me. If they need something, I got them. We make sure we can get around. We make sure everybody is well fed. And if they don't got it, we give it to them. Like, that's how close we are. And I honestly never had a friendship like that until I got to college. So, yes, get involved, because that'll open your door to wider connections. Like, you'll have, like, by the time you graduate college, you might have world connection, because you opened that one door by getting involved. Like, stay active, because if you don't stay active, you could get bored easily, and then you'll be like homesick and you don't want to go home. So definitely stay active, so you know you can be friends. So, and if you know if y'all bored or something, y'all want to hang out, and if y'all live in, like, if y'all go to school in my school area, you know, we can always link up. You know, I'm a fun person. And I like making new friends. Like, I've always been active, and it's just fun to be around. Just I was a little kid, so it's just like kind of easy. Get a study group. Get a study group. People that's pertaining to your. You can have people in your study group that's either pertaining to your major or not pertaining to your major. But if y'all have them same common core. But if y'all have them same common core classes, then I definitely think you guys should, you know, end up studying together, because you guys can really impact each other in a positive way, and y'all could get stuff done, like, faster and efficiency. So I think y'all honestly should you get a study group. The library is a lit place, I'm telling you, because I was always in the library every day in my freshman year. So library is a real lit place. You can find some study groups, and you might find somebody that, say if you had trouble on a homework from last week, or if you had trouble on a project, listen, they got people in there that can help you. They got tutors, they got writing centers, math centers. Also, you got people that's in there that want to do something for themselves, and they might say, oh, well, you know what, I had that same work on last week. Okay, let me help you. Dang, I had to avoid drama on here. on the do list. It's crazy because I already touched up on avoiding drama, so y'all know that part. Just, oh, you know what? I want to touch up on it again. If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you go to 2 different schools, please don't blame it on the distance or why your relationship not working out. Because honestly, if y'all really want to see other people or whatever the case may be, y'all should have just sat down and established that y'all was gonna go to 2 different colleges and that things might change. But I honestly really think it could work. Like, please don't let the drama and the negativity that goes around campus affect any of your friendships, your learning, or your relationships if you're in one. So that's all I want. That was like a side note to the avoiding drama thing. Keep your GPA up because it's easier for it to go down than bringing it up. Like, your GPA could go all the way down and then it take forever and hard for it to go back up. Keep your GPA, like, you know, at a steady pace. Like, you don't want it to go too low where you can't bring it back up. Like, keep it where, you know, you're able to keep going higher and higher, like, at it when it's easier. Like, don't let your GPA go down because it really could go down. You might get a lot of work and then you might just crack over and then, you know, go into like a brain fart and you can't function. And, you know, your GPA, and, you know, you gotta, but don't stress yourself. Like, that's the number one thing. Do not stress yourself about college. Like, yeah, the work come like this, and yeah, you got your friends here and activities here and sports there, but like, try to always give yourself a me day and relax. Live on the schedule. Like, if you know you got tidying up to do in your room and laundry, put that on a day where you don't have that much to do. If you know you gotta study for a test, and if it's like next week, study for the test that week before. Get it in, and get it memorized. And then go ahead and, you know, take a little break and then go on to the next thing. So you won't clutter your mind, because cluttering your mind, you can fry your brain, and then after that you're like no good anymore because now you done like stressed yourself out and stressing and being. Hi guys, this is the question and answer segment of my video because when I was filming last night, I kind of forgot to mention a couple of things. So the first thing I want to mention is my name is Kaee for anybody that's new to my channel. You can also call me KP. Most of the people on my social media call me K Golden though. So it's whatever you want to call me, whatever you feel comfortable with. Also, I attended HBCU, the oldest HBCU in the South, which is Shaw University. And I'm currently a sophomore. I have natural hair and I'm 19 years old. That's usually the common questions I get when I film videos. So that's all I had to say. Goodbye. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.